Hello zusammen, ich bin Jansen from Pixelhue.
Всем привет! Меня зовут Егор.
皆さんこんにちは。Pixelhueのコウと申します。
Bonjour à tous, je suis Pierre-Yves, je suis formateur Pixelhue en France.
Ciao, sono Virgilio da Pixelhue.
Hello, my name is Ifan.
Bienvenidos a Pixelhue y hoy me encuentro en la Feria ASI 2025 en Barcelona.
Nous sommes ravis de vous présenter la version Pixelhue en 1.6.
We have the biggest updating of our solutions and our the functions.
В процессор Pixelhue P20 мы уже добавили Dante-карту.
Y además, el P-Series tiene dos modos capas.
Con 4 HDMI, 4 DisplayPort e 8 SFP output.
多層のオーディオ管理機能がここから Pixelhue の製品で可能です。以上はすべての新製品、そしてアプリ等の情報です。
You can contact us immediately or you can go to our website to find more information of the products. Thank you.
Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis nächstes Mal.
Merci pour votre soutien, à bientôt.
Grazie mille per tutti i clienti.
以上、ありがとうございます。
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today as we unveil Pixelhue result. And then we click on this advanced menu. Here you will see a 3D option. We turn it on. And this eye priority settings is based on your 3D glasses. You can switch it to either right or left. Once this is done, you will see a 3D mark here on the screen menu, on the screen tab here. This means you have your 3D feature on. Please note, 3D glasses are required, and the format is Shutter 3D. Both HDMI and DP support 3D functionality, but in-band 3D is only available on DP. Also, remember to set the output frame rate to 120 Hz for optimal results. We've also improved the input source backup functionality based on client feedback. Previously, many users found it difficult to locate these settings and couldn't configure their preferred primary source or auto-switch settings separately. To enhance the user experience, we moved the input source backup to a dedicated tab. It now supports multiple backups for a single input source, including backup for input crops. The basic features remain the same, but we've added a new option for Q8. Input source crops. Now, if you have multiple crops from one input source and want to set a backup for all of them, you can use the crop auto backup feature, which automates the entire process. Additionally, you are no longer restricted to using only the primary source. You can freely switch between layers or backup source by going to the device tab and selecting input backup. However, we recommend turning off the primary source preferred option, as you want to make sure there is no problem with the primary source. Previously, the customers expressed concerns that using input source A to backup B was not secure enough. Now, we've added an extra layer of backup to ensure content security. Now, let me give you a live demonstration of this feature. To enable the input source backup feature, go to the device menu. As you can see, we have moved this input backup settings to a dedicated tab here. We want to turn this backup status on and add a backup relationship. If I want to do input 1.2 to backup for input 1.1, I can do this. I think it's not secure enough. I want another backup for the input 1.2. I can also do it now. This is like a double backup for the input 1.1. And I can set the primary source preferred or auto switch individually, just like this. And we have added a new feature for Q8. If you have multiple crops for one input and multiple crops for another input, and you want to set up backup relationship for all of them, instead of doing them one by one, you can just use this crop auto backup feature. It will automatically set up all the backup relationships for you. Please note, the resource usage of the backup source is consistent with that of the primary source, ensuring there will be no resource overload. We also recommend turning off the primary source preferred option to ensure that the primary source remains fixed and stable. I know many of you have been asking about the Dante feature, and I'm excited to share some great news. After a long wait, the Q8 now fully supports Dante with 64x64 channels, which can be configured using our Pixelhue software. Plus, the 3.5mm audio jack is now functional after this update. Imagine managing multiple audio inputs and outputs. Previously, you need a lot of cables, but with the Dante feature, you only need one cable for all that. Audio and video segmentation with output audio routed to the audio console. HDMI, DP, Dante all support 3-port audio outputs capabilities. You will have 8 long-way audio channels. Now, let me give you a live demonstration of this feature. Go to the device menu. As you can see, we can now click on the Dante interface panels here. Then, if you want to set up the reflection for the audio matrix, you can go to the newly added audio matrix tab here. This menu, you can use this key to expand them and use this key to collapse them. These are the inputs and these are the outputs. This is a filter. You can select the ones you want to see. For the inputs, every single input has 8 channels, 8 long-way audio channels. And for Dante, there are totally 64 channels, which are grouped by 8. The way how you set up the reflection is just clicking on the desired box, like this. You can also drag it. Then you have set up a full reflection shape between the input 1.1 and output 1.1. Now let's see it. There will be a check mark here. This indicates a full reflection relationship. But if you cancel one here, then this will be it will be not full. Then here, a hollowed circle will indicate a unfull relationship. Please note, one input can be mapped to multiple outputs, but one output can only be mapped to one input. Different icons represent different meanings. A check mark indicates full mapping, and a hollow circle indicates partial mapping. We've also addressed another concern regarding interface selection limitations. Previously, you could only use either HDMI or SDI from a single group, which frustrated some users. Additionally, if you had a screen deployed and you wanted to add another screen with a different signal type, you couldn't do so. We've resolved this by improving the output interface logic. Now, interfaces from the same group are marked with a green aura for better visibility. You can use both interfaces from one group in a main backup relationship, even mix different signal types to build a combined screen. This significantly saves time and eliminates signal type concerns. Let me give you a live demonstration of this feature. To check out the connectors group, you can click on the output interface. As you can see, the blue aura indicates those interfaces belonging to one group. can see it here. And then we go to the screen menu. We build a screen. You can see both HDMI 2.0 and DP 1.2 are available for this screen. And if we add another screen that has 12G SDI signal, you can see it is also available. But please note that the SDI only supports several formats. And if you change it to one that it doesn't support, a warning will be shown here. And if you apply it, the 12G SDI will be grayed out, indicating that it is not available under this format. Another exciting update is that the Q8 now supports our EP series fiber extender. The receiver can connect directly to the optical fiber ports of the Pixelhue video processing devices without the need for a transmitter. One of my colleagues will introduce the details of this product later. Finally, we've added an anti-static feature to the Q8. Static can cause instability, especially in dry weather conditions like winter. With this feature enabled, you won't need to worry about static-related issues. You can activate it directly from the Q8 front panel. Now, let me show you how to do this. To enable anti-static feature, go to the Q8 front panel, Settings, Advanced, and here you will see an anti-static tab. Turn this on, and you can set the duration of this feature. Alright, those are all the amazing new features of Q8. Now, let's move on to the P20. We are introducing a new subcard called P20-DS, which comes with some notable upgrades. It includes Dante interfaces, removes SDI loop-out interfaces, and adds SDI output interfaces. You can purchase it separately or replace your existing card if you prefer this upgrade. Now let's take a look at the actual photos of this card. The Dante feature on the P20 is similar to the Q8, but supports 32RX and 32TX channels. It includes two groups of 3.5mm audio jacks, and they all become functional after this update. However, please note that all along-way audio channels are limited to 2 channels. Let me give you a live demonstration of this feature. The Dante feature on P20-DS is similar to Q8. You can click on this Dante interface here to check out the basic information for Dante, the RXN and TXN. But please note there are only 32 channels for P20-DS Dante. And we can also go to this audio matrix menu here to set up all the configurations. You can see the Dante is 32 channels grouped by 2. And also P20-DS has 2 3.5mm audio jack, so there will be 2 audio in 1 and audio in 2 here. So the way how to set up the reflection is exactly the same as Q8. We just click on the desired box here. Please note, same as Q8, one input can be mapped to multiple outputs, but one output can only be mapped to one input. Different icons represent different meanings. A check mark indicates full mapping, and the hollow circle indicates partial mapping. And all along-way audio channels are limited to 2 channels. The P20 also supports interface grouping now, similar to the Q8. Here's a common scenario. Imagine you are hosting a meeting using the P20 as the signal processing device. There are 2 people on the screen, and you want to activate advanced features by placing them both on the main layers. Previously, this was impossible because it exceeded the P20's main layer capacity. But now, the P20 can switch mode to a 4-min 4-pip layers mode. Let me give you a live demonstration of this. If you want to switch the layer mode, go to the device menu. Here, find the layers option. You will see there's another 4-min 4-pip layers option. And if you click on it, it will show you this warning. click yes, and then it will just switch the mode. Please note, the device will reboot after switching modes, so save all your work before you're making this change. The input source backup feature on the P20 works the same as on the Q8, except that the crop backup is not supported. I'll show you a demonstration of this. The input source backup feature works exactly the same as Q8, except for it doesn't support input crop backup. Nodes are exactly the same as Q8. Well, our P20 now supports our EP series fiber extender just like the Q8. That's all the new features for P20. Now let's take a look at the U5 and U5 Pro. To enhance user convenience, we've added a keyboard shortcut feature. You can now perform basic operations like changing the layer positions by pressing the corresponding keys. Now let me do you a live demonstration. First, select the layer you want to adjust. And then press the arrow key on the keyboard. You can use these arrow keys to adjust the position of the layer. Also, for improved clarity, input source backup status is now displayed on both the event controller key and playback interface. Let me show you a demonstration of this. I have already set up a backup relationship for input 1.1 and input 1.2. I use input 1.2 to backup for input 1.1. And now I'm using the primary source, input 1.1. As you can see, it's just normal status. But if I switch the source to input 1.2, you can see here there's a backup indicating that input 1.1 is using the backup source. Okay, that's all the new features for U5 and U5 Pro. Now let's go to our last part, the software optimization. We have enhanced system responsiveness and software stability during screen configuration and editing. We have optimized layer performance within the configuration interface, ensuring smoother operation and faster adjustments. You can also now use BitFocus Companion on our event controller to manage various devices. Let me show you a demonstration of this feature. First, you want to press these two keys to activate the companion button. Then this companion button will be shown here. But please make sure that the NVR and KeyVM are not activated. We press this button here. A window will pop out. And here you can set the connection for the companion. In this case, we are controlling Q8. So we search for Q8. Press Add. And here we want to input the right IP address. Select the right model and press Save. Okay, now the connection has been built. We can also assign buttons. I go to the buttons and presets here. If I want to assign this take here, I just drag it here. And then this take is on the event controller. If we press it, it will do the take option for us, just like the Stream Deck. Please ensure that the KVM and MBR are turned off and that there is no content displayed on the U5 Pro subscreen. Finally, the Smart Key feature has been refined. Previously, it didn't support the color white, but we've resolved that. It now works perfectly with white color as well. Now let me give you a demonstration of this. To use the DS key feature, click on the input interface and go to the DS key menu. Turn on this option, switch it to Smart Mode, and change the color to white. Apply, and then the white color will be keyed out. That's all for the version 1.6 update. Next, let's welcome my colleague Feng Wang.
Hello guys, it's Finn here. It's very glad to see you guys again. And this is an introduction for new product in the new firmware version 1.2 releasement. In the next 10 minutes, I will introduce the new product EP series to you guys. And you will learn hardware information, applications, and advantage, and hardware information about this product. So the first part is the product introduction. So the first thing, let's check the hardware in here. So EP series is the first 4-channel fiber extender in the industry. And you can see here is the 4 HDMI 2.0 input. It's actually real 4K. We can do transmissions in 4K, 2K, 60 Hz, RGB 444 8-bit. And here is the optical output part. And you may notice we use the optical modules. It's because the optical in here can be changeable. So we are capable with the single mode and multi-mode fiber modules. So which means you can change the optical modules according to your on-site applications. So if you're using single mode, the transmission distance is like 3 kilometers. And if you are using multi-mode, then it's like 300 meters. And also like the product is very easy to use. So it's like plug and play. You don't need to set anything extra. And the applications about this product, so the recommended applications is the live production or control room. So for me, I think you can use this product for any applications that require signal long distance transmission. So then let's check the hardware in here. And yeah, here is the for HDMI input, here is the optical output. And here is the USB-C port. This one is actually used for the KVM signal feedback to the computers. And then the next page is the RX. It's actually like quite similar. The signals from the TX, the optical output, then we connect the signal in here, it's the input. And then the RX will convert the optical signals to the HDMI output. I mean, like, here is the 2 USB port. You can connect the keyboard and mouse in here. And also, like, here you will see we have a 3.5 millimeters audio output. Yeah, so the system support audio transmission as well. And also, like, the HDMI port also come with the audio transmission. So the second part is the product function. Yeah, the first one is the changeable optical modules. You can change the optical modules according to the on-site application. And also, when you buy this product, you can change the single mode or multi-mode module as well. And then it's the copy function. Like, let me do a simple explanation about this application. So we all know like the signal is transferred through the fiber cables, but sometimes like it's very easy to damage. So we designed the copy function. So which means like here, when you input one signal, when you turn the copy function, you will get two output, the exactly same signal. So even if one cable is damaged, you can still use another one. Oh, and by the way, here is the pin switch. Pin switch in here. So like we have some small function here, but it's actually used for update and copy functions. And then the third one, I think it's a very important key feature. It's the capability. So this product not only can be used in a pair, but also you can use it separate because we are capable with the Nova Star system and also with the Pixelhue switcher system. And then the fourth part is the EDID pass-through function. So regularly, like for some extenders, they only support standard resolution transmission. But for sometimes we want to do like customization transmission. For example, like 8K by 1K. So this product can do things like this. And also it's a 3D transmission. Yeah. Then the last one is the KVM roaming function. And also like, I know like some of you guys may consider about the latency of this product. So we also consider this point when we design this product. For the EP series, it doesn't have any storage inside. So which means we do not keep signal in. Like this product is based on purely FPGA-based platform. So we do not storage any signal. It's just the processing and output. The latency is less than 1 frame. And also for the synchronization between those 4 ports, we can do 100% synchronization. So like if you connect to one server in here, and then output through this, there will be no signal split. And then the third one is application. The application is very easy. We only have 3 different applications: standalone and using in pair. So we use like if you have Pixelhue switcher system, actually you just need to use the RX. And also we add some like advantage in here. We all know like for standard HDMI 2.0, the bandwidth is 8 gigabit. And in here, we are doing like uncompression signal transmission, really uncompression. In here, we use 2 optical modules to transfer signal in here. And then the system will like combine signal here. You will get the final HDMI output. It's ideal for like if you're using projectors or if you want to like give the signals to the big LCD walls or TV things, like far away. Then you can just use this. And then it's the TX standalone. If you are using Nova Star product like H series, VX series, or M Control 4K, if you want to transfer the signal in long distance, you can just use the TX as well. So for TX, it's the same. We're doing uncompression signal transmission. It's the same. Like with this, you can transfer 2-channel real frequency signals in the control system. So like, let me do a like simply explanation. So for example, here is H1 HDMI 2.0 input. The system will split the signals into 2 optical signals, then to the North Star system. And then the last one, it's the TX and RX used in combo. In this situation, we can transfer audio signals. All the HDMI port comes with the audio channels as well. And also, like one thing here, when we design this product, we have a discussion about the power supply. So back then we have 2 choices. The first one is the external power supply. The second one is this. So we compared the application and like we are trying to make like everything easy to get when you are on site. So eventually we use this like the common cable in here. And then the last part is the advantage of this new product. Yeah, the first one is the image quality. It's truly 4K 60 Hz. Truly 4K 60 Hz. And we can do visually lossless. And the second one is the versatile. Like, yeah, works with the 3 different applications, RX standalone, TX standalone, and also used in combo. And then it's the capability, like we work with the single mode and multi-mode modules. And the last one is the user-friendly. Like we don't want operators spend too much time for the setup. So this is a plug and play design. You don't need to set up anything extra. You just need to plug the cable. Yeah, it's set. Yeah, the last one is the firmware, because this is like the part of the new version releasement. So if you are using this product, please make sure you have updated the switcher system to the version 1.6. And for F series, it will be released, I think, end of this year, as still under discussion. And then the last one is the LD control system. And here is the modules and the support optical transmission to the Pixelhue and North Star system. So except M Control 4K and MX40 Pro, the rest of the part, you can get the firmware on our North Star website. And for those 2, you can make a contact with our engineers, or you can like send message to Pixelhue info. Yeah, so this is it. And also like we have accessories. It's the protection case in here. Yeah, and also I'm strongly recommend this protection case. You can like easily put the TX and RX inside. And also this is a waterproof accessories. So yeah, 100% recommend. And also for the setup and fix the installation, here is the part you can insert the fake clamp in here. So you can use the lighting. You can use the lighting. Yeah, you can use the lighting hook in here. So you can put this on the truss, or you can use the strap to fix this on the truss as well. So yeah, this is it. If you want to know more about this product or you want to test it, you can make a contact with our local distributor, or you can contact our sales engineers. We're happy to send the demos to your company for test. So thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, I'm Hailian, a pre-sales and representative from Pixelhue team. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm sure you already have many questions, and we're ready to answer them in the upcoming Q&A session. But first, I would like to introduce our team members. This is our R&D team project director,
Hello.
Nicholas.
Hi, I'm Nicholas. I'm the product director of Pixelhue. Very nice to see you here.
And this is our product manager, Vincent.
Hi, I'm Vincent, the product manager of Pixelhue. Nice to see you guys.
And last, this is my colleague, Brad.
Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. This is Brad, the solution engineer from Pixelhue. I'm happy to have this conversation with all you guys. Hopefully we will enjoy the time together.
Okay, so now let's just dive into our Q&A session. We have already collected some of your questions, and I'll go through them now. So the first one, we got a question from, that is asking, is it possible that you give courses either online? I'm very interested in learning how to use all this new equipment from your company. You are amazing, and your new Pixelhue are a real blast. Congratulations.
Okay, thanks for your attention. Actually, we do have the plan to release it online. Right now, we are prepared for the level 1 entry levels, but it is not ready yet. Once we make it, we will post it on the YouTube channel. You could learn it from there.
Nice. Another question. Oh, it's actually a comment from Nicholas. It says, Pixelhue is performant and user-friendly. I think with time and updates, it will become a definitive machine. Well, thank you for your attention and recognition. We'll keep doing our best and making updates.
Yes.
And next question from Signature Production Group. It said, excited to hear more about Dante.
Okay, I will answer that. So now we released our Dante functionality in 1.6 version, and for this version we have the Dante metrics, like you can map in the input and output through the Dante, and also all your audio metrics. Yeah, and after that we will support the audio follow video functionality, but in our design we call it screen audio select functionality. Yeah, and beside of that, we also plan to release the audio follow the preset. So the preset, you can make up your all set things about the metric, about the audio metrics. Yeah.
Okay. So next question. So will it be possible to insert a transparent still image like PNG films to any other layer than background? This would be helpful or for lower thirds graphics like for name tags. At the moment, you can insert still images to background layer only.
Okay. Currently, the QA supports still image layer, and also the format support F channel as well. But the P series, due to the limitation of the hardware architecture, the P series do not have enough resources to make it. So the answer is no. Sorry for that.
Okay.
So it's okay for Q8.
Yeah, it's okay for
it's
Q8.
Not for
yes, because the different architecture.
Yeah.
All right. So next question. So the multi-viewer upgrade, memories and auto adjustment, will that come? So Vincent, can you answer this question?
Sorry, which one?
This one.
Okay, for the multi-viewer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For the Q series version 1.8, we will bring the multi-viewer upgrade. We call it multi-viewer customize. and you will be able to customize your layout and save it as your own template. But as for the PCers, for now we do have some current limitation. The preview and the software eco share the same resource, so if you move things around freely in the multi-viewer, the eco display might get messed up. But we are actively working on ways to support moving and scaling input source in P-series. There might be a few small trade-offs, like the eco screen freezing for a second while you adjusting your multi-view, and or we might be not being able to close some sources, but they can still be moved and scaled. Yeah.
So in the summary, right, for the Q8, they have big update in the version 1.8.
Yeah.
And the P series we just on the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question from production plan. How much is the DS module upgrade?
Yeah, that's a really good question for us. Thanks for your interest. Yeah, right now for each country, we basically have our local distributor. So we will send your contact information to them, and they will offer you the price list. And if you have any question about the product feature, we are waiting to help with it, and we'll contact you later after the live end.
Yeah. Next question. So, great products. I love the P20. No more adapters or external scalers or converters. Everything in one device. Need the audio follow possibilities like in the Roland version V1.6.0 to do an internal stereo mix-down. Nicholas, can you
Thank you for the recognition for P series and for the audio function. For P20-DS, we support the audio matrix function. We can extract the audio from the embedded connector and then map either the input or the DANT input to any other outputs. But for P20, we are still finding a way to handle the audio matrix function. Yeah, we are still trying it. So firstly, P20-DS version will support the audio matrix function.
Yeah, just step by step.
Okay.
So next is another comment from format word art. So considering buying a P20 and trying to get into the world of practical workflow with Pixelhue. All right, thank you for your recognition. After the live broadcast, we will send an email to everyone who asked a question, and we also have a dedicated email address. It's info@pixelhue.com. You can also contact us by sending emails to this email. Okay, so next question. Do you plan to rework the U5 or U5 Pro?
Oh, rework. That's an interesting word, but actually I don't understand your requirements. Can you just describe it clearly? And do you want a smaller one, or you want to integrate some other functionality? I'm looking forward to hear your detailed requirements.
Yeah, but right now in the next version, we also value the stability and the speed. So we will do some software optimization, especially for the controller. The U5 and U5 Pro, when you record preset, it will be faster.
And next question from Top Run. So, it's a price and possibility.
The same question.
Yeah, the same question. We value the distributor system. So we will do the same step. We will give you your contact information to our distributor, and they will offer you the price list. And any question about product, we are waiting to help with it. Just contact us, and we will also send email to you directly. Thanks.
Okay. So next is more like a comment. I'm not loving Pixelhue after a terrible demonstration at the IBC 2024, but I give you another chance to demonstrate your device. Well, actually, first, sorry about that, because it is because last year at the IBC, we were short of personnel, so some of the operators, they were not from our team and they were kind of unprofessional. But we can assure you this time that there won't be any problems at this time. And if you have any, we will be able to, our specialists will be able to reach out to you and do a demonstration for any products you would like to see. And if you have any questions and concerns, feel free to contact us. Okay, so next is
our company.
What's with sound?
What is with sound? What is with sound?
Actually, we don't understand what it means.
I think this may be the question about the
Audio
function.
yeah, audio function.
Yes. The Vincent has already answered before.
Yeah.
Yes. This audio will come with the preset in the future.
Yeah. If you have another questions, I think that we can send an email to our team and we will answer it.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Okay, so next question is that our company is interested in buying some Pixelhue processors. So thank you for your support, and our colleagues will contact you later. Yeah. And remember, if you have any questions, you can just send an email to our email address at info@pixelhue.com. So next question is 3D is available on all machines, P20 included?
It's a pity. So right now, only QA is supported because the QA has already have the DisplayPort 1.2 subcard. But for P series, won't has it.
Yeah, it's only available to QA right now.
Yeah, due to the limitation of the hardware architecture. Yeah.
Next question is that does the QA support Dante at 96 kilohertz?
To be frankly, it will cost more IPG resources, but fortunately we made some progress on it. Once we confirm there are no other issues, we'll plan to include it in the release.
Yeah, that's really great.
So the answer is yes, right?
Yeah, answer is yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But when you enable the 196K hertz, your channel will into half. Into half, yeah.
Yeah, because the same bandwidth. Yeah.
Yeah, because same bandwidth.
So next question. Hey, we've asked for live editing in PGM mode for Q8. Any thoughts on that?
Yes, we okay. I will answer this question. Yes, we do have the plan to do it, but the schedule is a little later, and also we want to need to know the detail requirement for this function. So you can send the email to our info@pixelhue.com.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we will write down our support email address later, and you can find it in our chat. Chat group later.
Yeah. So next question is, what is the difference between main and paper layers? Well, this is actually a very good question. So the main difference is that you can only activate the advanced features on the main layers, like the DSK, cut and fill, shadow, and border, only on the main layers. But you cannot do that on the paper layers. So next question. So will there be improved multi-view management in the next upcoming P20 update? And is there a possibility to get feedback on Companion about which preset is currently live and which one is in preview?
Okay, I think this is two questions. They included two questions. The first question is that the multi-viewer function. As mentioned before, because due to the limitation of the hardware architecture, we share the same resource both for the multi-viewer and the dynamic input view. So the input resource position and size should be fixed.
Yeah.
So, and another question for the feedback of Companion, which presets is used. I think this is yes, and we will make a detail for this requirement, and we will publish the schedule in the future.
It's already on our plan.
Yeah.
So next question. Can we get layers on aux outputs on the P series?
Oh yeah, we will publish this functionality in the future version, and in that version you can get 2 layers in one connector, but the total layers are same.
Yeah.
It means
so the number
layers,
of the layer will be
it's fixed.
Fixed to 4, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and the layer you can cross over the 2 aux connectors.
Yeah, if you want to get maybe the aux pair in the aux1, you could add the aux3 output signal, and you can get more layer in the aux1.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. Does the EP series come with the SFP modules as standard in the box when new?
Yeah, the EP series is a new product. Actually, we have 2 modes available. You can choose to the single mode or the multi-mode, and no matter what kind of mode you favorite, you will get 4 fiber module for free.
And next question. Will there be a 12G SDI TX RX interface coming up?
I think you want to ask
For P20?
yeah, for the P20 or the EP series box. I don't know the exact information, but we are looking forward to hear more the detailed information of you.
As you know, for the Q series, Q8, yeah, we already have the 12G SDI input and output. And for P20, we do have 12G SDI input.
Yeah.
And we also have another version, P20-DS, yeah, which have the 12G SDI output.
Yeah. Okay. So, are there known issues with the update on the P20? Colleague tried it yesterday and it was stuck on 10%. Had to shut it down hard. Starts still with update at 10%. Well, actually, we're sorry about this, and it's probably like a bug or something. But we suggest you contacting our. You can email us at our pixelhue@info.com, info@pixelhue.com, and you can also join our Facebook communities and WhatsApp groups to get a effective and efficient communication with our team. Yeah. So next question. Hey, where can I find the firmware for the P20-DS?
You could find it on our website. We already released it in public. Pixelhue.com.
Yeah, so it will be available.
You can check on the Pixelhue.com.
Yeah, website.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be available right after this live.
You just download the P20 standard version. Yeah, the hardware will recognize whether the device is P20 or P20-DS.
So, hi, will it be possible to rotate outputs on the P20? Brett, can you answer this question?
Yeah, this is a question for our R&D team.
Actually, now the P20 do not support the output rotation function. Yeah, but Q8 support it. because it's due to the bandwidth requirement. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, we have some test pattern for the aux output on P20 with this new version.
If you said you want more new test pattern, for now for the P20, it has some resource limitation. Maybe we can add some simple test pattern, but if the test pattern is too complex, we cannot add it to the P20. So we want to know the details of this requirement.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. Will there be a resource management in the future? With our Q8, we are limited to 8 resources per output card at the moment, and we would need 2 more on the first output card that would be available on the second card.
Yeah, we will release the VPU functionality as a 1.9 version.
Yeah, so it's already on, in our roadmap.
Yeah.
Question: what about have some kind of placeholder layer or fixed example 4 to be able to have a SID 1-4 in an overlay and then use companion to switch cameras in just that layer using 1 button per camera?
I think it's a function of relative preset, right? We can only
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's kind of the function about relative preset. We will support it in the network. Yeah. So you can only switch maybe the layer 1 for the cameras, maybe the SDI or any other graphic card signal. You just record this relative preset and switch the layer. Yeah, just a single layer, not the whole preset.
The next question. Can the Windows Pixel Flow UI accept custom thumbnails for each input, like a PNG graphic saying PBT1 or playback 2?
I know that. That's a really good requirement. We are already on the way, and it will be published in the next in the coming version.
Yeah.
And will there be a smaller controller for the P series?
For now, we are making a survey to collect the requirements of the small controller, like the U5 Mini or something else. And if you are interested in that, you can go to our Pixel community to type your ideas.
But also, I think that the P10 is also a better choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next, would you want to talk about the AI agent for us?
Yeah, that's a question, and I also made a survey in our Pixel community too, because we all know the AI is more popular now, and we are thinking if we can put an AI agent in our software, and then you can just see something else like help me to make the screen management, and then the AI agent can help you to do all the things. Does it make sense or not? We want to hear your ideas.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. So we also we got 2 new questions actually. So. Sorry for being unclear. Well, the EP4 TR come in a 12G SDI version, so it's ask for the EP series.
Okay, we have received the requirement, and we will send this information to our team and discuss.
Yeah, and what the type do you want to convert? The HDMI to the SDI or anything else?
I think he means that SDI to fiber.
SDI to fiber
to
SDI, right? Yeah. Okay.
And someone said, I didn't understand the dentate decoding. So the P20-DS will have the ability to output always the audio of a source, or only when it's live.
For now, it's a setup, but cannot do the audio for video function. It's just a matrix. Yeah. But in the future version, we will support the audio for the video. For now, it's just a matrix. If you set up, it will available.
I think this question is that when the input is audio is displayed or mute, our output through the Dante is still on the line.
Yeah.
Yes, but the volume will be 0.
So, are there more questions?
Yeah. Can you send the communicate page by the email? Yeah. Definitely, we will send you later when the live ends.
Yeah.
Can we just type the communicate page address to the comment?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But
we ask our manager. Manager to send
manager will send you
the
later.
Okay.
email address on the comment.
Okay, so that's all the questions we got here.
Is there any question?
Okay, so thank you all for your enthusiasm. That brings our live stream to an end now. So,
one new question.
So, any new questions? You can type it in the comment, or you can just send it to our email. Okay, so we recorded all your questions and we'll follow you up with chat or email. And feel free to send other questions and suggestions to our email info@pixelhue.com, or you can also join our Facebook community and WhatsApp group. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you in the Pixelflow version 1.7 live stream. Bye for now.
Have a good one.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.